If you are stuck in your career and you can't quite seem to figure out how to get promoted, this video is for you. I want to teach you the two best strategies that I've come across, all of my clients that I've coached over the years that are effective in the current modern job market of 2025, which we all know is insane. If you don't know anything about me, I never went to college. I hit six figures by 23. I then took a 2-year break, came back to a 65% pay cut, and since have quadrupled my salary and gotten 9 promotions in a 13-year career. As a career coach, I've helped over 400 clients since 2023 achieve 97% of their goals and boost salaries by over $3 million. My name is Zach. My system works. Today, we're going to get you promoted. So this is the first episode in a new series that I am doing calling the Promotion Protocol, where every Wednesday we will be talking about promotion tips in short, actionable things that you can do. Ideally, a lot of what I'm going to say is also going to be AI powered to assist you in this as well. All right, first, I mentioned there's going to be 2 different strategies we talk about today. The first one is going to be actually mapping out and understanding how your position directly impacts the revenue of a company. Now, my background is in IT, so I am purely an indirect bottom line or top line impactor, whether it be cost savings, efficiency gains, customer satisfaction, things of that nature. Now, a lot of people also come to me and they're like, well, I'm just a customer service representative, or I'm just on the manufacturing front lines. Like, I don't know how I do that. So I wanted to use an example like that. So let's take customer service representative. I'm going to give you 4 different ways that you actually impact the revenue by doing your job well. Okay, so the first one is actually going to be retention, right? Every time that you solve a problem for a customer, you do it in a timely way. The customer's not lost. You retain that customer. That customer now is on their subscription or continuing their annual fees or buys the next thing or whatever it might be, right? When you de-escalate an issue and restore trust through solving a problem, you are performing retention. And retention is how monies live and breathe. If you're not familiar with the concept of LTV, lifetime value, that is what you are doing. Let's just use a simple math equation here, right? If you work for a company that does monthly subscriptions, and let's say the average person cancels at 6 months because they finally get tired of it and they don't know, what to do next, or that's when maybe they run into technical problems, right? And so we'll just use 6 months, $100. If you solve their problem, like if you begin to recognize this and you call people as a CSR at the 5-month mark, check in, help solve their problems, make sure they're good to go, and they stay on for another 6 months, you just doubled that organization's revenue. Every person that does that for 6-month extension. That's how important retention is. What if you took them from a 6-month customer to an 18-month customer, a 24-month customer, a 30-month customer, right? This is hundreds of percent or thousands of percent increase in revenue by improving retention in the small ways. Okay, another one. Let's take that same tactic of the proactive calling or when somebody calls in. I will tell you the best CS teams I have ever seen upsell and cross-sell like nobody's business. You will fail at this at first, okay? In a sense that when you have somebody calling in because they're pissed off and they're angry or whatever it might be, like trying to sell them into something else, you're not going to pivot that well sometimes. But learning to de-escalate, calm things down, and then maybe sell into another opportunity by saying, hey, I noticed that this is how you got into this problem. We do offer a solution to that. Is that something you'd be interested in? Is that something you maybe want to start a trial for? Whatever it might be. Okay. But upselling and cross-selling is a second way that you impact the revenue. Third is actually efficiency. Okay. So this is an indirect one that I'm very familiar with from the IT perspective. Thinking cost control, right? So if you solve problems faster than other people, if you do it on the first time contact, then it cuts repeat calls. It reduces the amount of labor. It reduces the amount of escalations. It also reduces churn and improves retention because people are happy that they were able to get their problem solved in the first time call. Okay, so this is an all around, not just retention impacting gain, but this is an efficiency gain because you're not having to call on other coworkers or escalate to your manager, escalate to your supervisor, or whatever it might be. And the fourth one that most of you probably overlook is brand reputation. Okay, when a company has a reputation of not only delivering something quality, but in the event that hits the fan, that they're going to solve it, they're going to take care of it, and they're going to do it in a timely, effective, one-shot way, that is a reputation that is free marketing. That is referrals. Okay. So you mapping out as a customer service representative, like, okay, by me learning to de-escalate, by keeping a calm tone, by identifying the opportunities to upsell, by solving problems proactively, by doing them quickly, that I am increasing retention, I am decreasing churn, I am increasing efficiency, I am upselling and cross-selling for direct revenue impact, and I am building the brand reputation, offering more referrals. That is what you are doing if you do your job well. When you understand that, that leads to the second tactic of what I'm going to say. And this is something that I want to give you a little bit of an AI powered flow for this. Okay. Which is building a roadmap of where you are and where you want to go, and then presenting that to your manager, supervisor, whoever it might be in your next one-on-one check-in review, whatever it might be, whatever the setting that makes the most sense for the frequency in which your company meets or you meet with your leadership team. Okay. So again, let's stick with this same scenario. So you're a CSR, and depending on the size of the company, maybe the next step up is supervisor or manager or something of that nature. Or maybe it's just lead, right? So you can say, okay, so what is the difference between me and a lead? Well, it's probably just doing everything that we lined out to an exceptional degree. Okay. So this is where what I want you to do is have you go to AI. You have your written out or typed out map of how you impact revenue in your particular role. You're going to go to AI. Doesn't matter. This works on all of them, whether ChatGPT, Claude, Grok, etc. And you're essentially just going to say, hey, I am currently in a CSR role. I want to become a team lead, which really, from what I can tell, requires just being exceptional at this role. It does not require leadership duties. It does not require supervisory duties. It is just the fact that I might be an escalation point for other people on the team and coaching from time to time to prevent those escalations. So this is where I'm at now. And here's how my role directly impacts the revenue. And that's where I'm looking to go. Can you build me a month by month roadmap with the tactical and specific actions and skills that I need to develop and the actions I need to take in order to achieve this goal in 6 months? Okay. You will get that output. Analyze it, review it, converse with AI, have follow ups. Oh, I misunderstood. Like, this is actually something different about my company or unique about my situation, or maybe even dive deeper. Hey, I understand what you're telling me is that I need to develop de escalation, but like, how do I do that? What are the courses that I could take? Can you give me practice exercises? Can we have mock conversations? You want to use AI to really help you get down to the nitty gritty tactical, such a small action level that it is impossible for you not to take it. Okay. Then when you have that mapped out, here's what I want you to do. I then want you to go to your supervisor and your manager and you're like, hey, I really want to get to being a team lead. Can we talk about that? Yeah. Okay. Awesome. If they say no, then you probably should be looking at a different organization. But put that aside. Let's assume that they answer yes. You could say, hey, first, I want to clarify. Here's how I perceive my position to impact the revenue of this organization. By doing A, B, C, D, here's how I improve retention, increase revenue, increase efficiency, improve brand reputation, decrease, or whatever it might be. Again, we're sticking with that CSR example. Do you agree or disagree? That alone is going to be impressive and set you apart from other people. This is already setting you up for a promotion before you even get into how to do it. Okay. Because that is one of the most difficult things for people to understand, is how their actual minute actions of answering the phone, how timely they answer the phone, the tone in which they answering with a smile, right? These small things, how they add up to revenue, and you just map that out. Okay. That is leadership. That is business impact. Once they agree, or maybe they have some additions, subtractions, but you have that conversation, then you say, okay, here's what I identified as where I need to improve and how I'm going to go about improving those things, over the next 6 months. Do you agree with this? What would you add? What would you subtract? What do you see that maybe I need to do, right? And this is where maybe you're talking to the person that you want, that like is already in this position. Then this is where you can begin to make them, like, you want to now incentivize them to actually contribute as well and say, hey, I want to do this so that you can go to the next level. Do you want to be, instead of team lead, do you want to be supervisor, or do you want to be shift manager, or do you want to be department manager, or do you want to be director of CS, right? How do we get you there, right? You help me do this, I'll help you do that, because this is going to be a teamwork effort, and people will know that you helped me get this. right? This is how you begin to develop that relationship, but then you build this 6-month roadmap with them. This all ties into a holistic picture. Okay. The thing about being promoted that most people understand or misunderstand is it's not about quality of work. It is about impact at a company. And this is the stuff that builds your resume, builds cover letters, that makes interviews enter freaking taining. Okay, is when you can say, hey, we reduced churn by this, improve retention by this. We reduced the personnel hours spent on this particular task by coaching other people and giving people scripts and ways to de-escalate and handle these calls on a first touch basis. When you can do that sort of stuff in what is deemed a menial job or an entry level job, that is what gets you to that next level. And this is the same process that you can do at any level. Right? I myself at the director leadership level in my IT career, how do I impact revenue? So I have my direct reports, right? My direct reports are who actually is doing the work. So my responsibility is to get the most out of them. It's to get them to be more efficient. It's to keep team morale up. It's to do collaboration with the companies to understand how the other departments, how they directly and indirectly impact revenue and how they use technology to do so, right? Like it's much more visionary, the role that I'm at, than pushing buttons to do it. But that's what I understand. I then go, okay, what are my strengths and what are my weaknesses and what I need to do to get to the next level of VP or senior director, depending on the size of the company, things like that. And then I go to my boss. Hey, do you want to be CTO, CIO? Do you want to be C-level instead of VP? Okay, great, because I want your job. So here's what I'm thinking to get me into your job. What can I do to then also get you into the job that you want? Or how can we make this mutual? Or what gaps do you see? And the thing to understand is, while I said that, the first situation of CS, was a 6-month roadmap, when you're talking manager to director, director to VP, like these could be multi-year roadmaps. So this might not be that this is going to happen tomorrow, but this is how you move up in your career. Understand how you impact the revenue, map out the gap between where you are not maximizing your impact on the revenue and what you need to do to maximize your impact on the revenue, validate that plan with your leadership, execute, go. If you like this type of content, hit the thumbs up. If you want my entire AI workflow for something like this, my exact prompts, my exact strategy, everything, join the school community link down below. You can start with a 7-day free trial. Leave a comment below on questions where you want me to dive deeper or things that you might have around this type of topic or subject. Okay. Like I said, this is the first episode, and what I'm saying every Wednesday, I'm going to be doing the promotion protocol. So if you have other content that you want me to cover about how to get you promoted, leave it down below. I respond to every single comment that is left in my channel. Check the track record on every video of all time. Okay. That is what I'm all about, is providing value. So like I said, if you like this type of stuff, hit the thumbs up, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. Use this information to get paid and get promoted.